When exactly were you going to tell me about Victoria's? Answers! I need answers right now.
I'm sure you'll be wondering, why is he shouting so much? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a story. You know, I've been hearing a lot of things about brokehood, and I know a lot of things about the brokehood, but I don't think I really know this thing called a girl code. Maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't exist. But at the end of this video, I would like to ask you a question. If you were in the position of this said lady whose story I'm about to reveal to you, what will you do? Especially when you were backstabbed by your own best friend under the guise of girl code. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of This Is Quick One. So I am here with another movie review for your pleasure. This time it's a movie on YouTube called Fridays at 8. There's a story about these two girls, you know, young girls. They're really ambitious, they want to make it in life, they want to build their own mansion, they want to have their own business. But somehow at the beginning of the movie, we find out that these ladies had to become strippers to get money to build the dream life that they have, or the dream life that they wanted. So long story short, we fast forward to, you know, years later. These ladies are accomplished, having their own businesses. The first lady's name is Mide, the other lady's name is Amara. So at some point, you can see that this lady called Mide is getting married, and her best friend obviously is her best lady. Her best friend is excited for her, she's happy for her, and then Mide is telling Amara that her brother is coming back from the United States. And I was like, okay, this guy will come back. Now we move on to another place where Amara is in her shop. You know, she has this library that also has a cafe, and then she's selling her books and all of that. Then this young man walks in, and they strike off a conversation, and you can know that there's a chemistry here. And then it was like, okay, would you like to go out? They agreed to date. Now Amara, in an excited face, goes to tell her best friend Mide that, Mide, see, I met this guy today, he's everything and more. Hey. PHCN, they will disgrace you. Moving on, Amara is of course talking to her friend Mide, and then both parties are excited because Mide is like, finally, as she is getting married, her best friend will also be getting married. So Mide is trying to find out from Amara, okay, what's about this guy? Let me Google this guy. Let's be sure that he's not a serial killer. Let's be sure that he's a clean guy. And then Amara is like, you know what? I can't reveal a lot about this guy. So apparently, this guy is actually Mide's brother who was in the United States. So at the beginning, you know, when they were having the conversation, and it looked like Amara did not recognize this Mide's brother, whose name is Junior or Deji. I was wondering to myself, I was like, if this is your best friend, how is it that you don't know the brother? But later on, I find out that Mide somehow has been hiding her brother from Amara. So probably she doesn't post her brother, she doesn't show Amara pictures and all of that. So probably that's the reason Amara could not recognize that Junior immediately. So while they were on their first date, right, Junior was now the one telling Amara that, oh, don't you know me? Don't you recognize me? And she said no. And he's like, I'm Junior, I'm Mide's brother. And she was like, oh my God. Then they started talking and all of that. Then they agreed not to share personal information about both of them till after 5 dates. Now they agreed that they will be meeting every Friday at 8 p.m. Hence the title Fridays at 8. Mide and Amara stay in the same house. So Junior finally comes to the house with Mide's fiance, whose name is Tammy. They are all on the dining table and they are eating. At that point, because Amara has been with Junior before now, you know, they couldn't help but, you know, steal glances at each other, flirt a little bit. To the extent that Mide was like, no, Amara, move here, come and sit down here, come here, go there, and everything. So long story short, Mide was able to decode that something must be happening between Amara and her brother Junior. So when her brother leaves and her fiance Tammy also leaves, Mide is like, you know, the way you guys were exchanging glances, someone would think that both of you met each other before now. And that was when Amara was like, you know what, I can't hide it anymore. The guy I'm seeing Fridays at 8 p.m. is your brother Junior, aka Deji. And all of a sudden, the Mide who was sweet, the Mide who was, you know, accommodating, the Mide who was very, you know, friendly became a dark Mide. She was like, are you kidding me? Now we move on to the next Friday, which was supposed to be the third date. And at this point, you know, Junior is coming to pick Amara from the house where Mide and Amara stay together. And then Mide is telling Amara to steer clear of her brother. At first, I thought it was a joke. I was like, what was happening here? She was like, no, she doesn't want her brother and Amara to be a thing.
The problem is, you can't date my brother.
Because Mide does not want Amara to date her brother, she did everything possible to ruin their relationship. She had to pay a cyber guy to hack Amara's phone, to put porn there, to make Junior think that, oh, this girl is probably into something else or does not like him or he's not appealing to her sexually. Now, that was not the only thing. She also paid some girls to, come and meet Junior outside where he and Amara were, to say, oh, I enjoyed last night, oh, I miss you and all of that. She paid someone to plant a lingerie inside Junior's room to cause fights between Amara and Junior. Like, a lot of things were happening in their relationship, majorly because Mide was against their relationship. She went as far as telling Junior, that's her brother, that they lost their mom, and their mom appeared to her in the dream saying that he must not date Amara. And I was like, what exactly would have been the reason why this lady is saying that Amara and her brother cannot be together? Is it that the brother is bad? So because of all the fights that had been happening between Junior and Amara, they decided to finally break up because Amara had already had it up to here. So she got talking with Mide and she was like, what exactly is it that you've been trying to ruin the relationship between myself and your brother? And then Mide said something very shocking. She said, you are not worthy of my brother. My brother is too good for you. I mean, at some point I wanted to argue and say she's the sister, so she probably knows. But if this person is your best friend, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. How would you be saying that this person is too good for this person and you know this person very well? So I was really confused. I was like, well, it's actually a movie. So when it comes to love, sometimes no matter what happens, like my mom will always say, if this person is meant for you, the person is meant for you. So we see Amara somehow finding out that Mide was the one that was behind all the problems that they've been having in their relationship. Amara goes to see Junior. Junior is like, my life has not been the same without you and all of that. As we're trying to reconcile, Mide was in Junior's house at that point. She comes out and she says,
I have told you a million times to leave my brother alone. Leave my brother alone. What's the issue? What's the problem?
Junior was like, what exactly did this lady do? And that was the point where Mide revealed that while they were strippers, Amara used to sleep with men for more money because they would pay them like a certain amount of money. And then Amara would come back with more money than she would come back with. So she probably just thought that Amara was into prostitution apart from the fact that they were stripping. Amara kept on arguing, saying that it's not true. Like, they just probably like me. Maybe my aura is good. I just always get extra money. She was like, and that's the reason. Junior wasn't having it. Junior said he still loves her and he goes after Amara, thereby fighting with Mide, the sister. Now Mide goes to her fiancé Tammy to throw a tantrum. Tammy, on the other hand, was very pissed. He said, Mide had neglected him because she was trying her best to ruin the relationship between Junior and Amara, and that the fact that she was trying to do that, that's the reason she had not been paying attention to the fact that they're getting married in a few weeks, paying attention to the fact that they have a wedding to plan and all of that. She had just been very vile and wicked. Now it's Amara's birthday and they were all gathered there, and that was the time Tammy had the opportunity to talk to Amara, to apologize on her best friend's behalf, that, oh, I'm sorry for my fiance's behavior. And she was like, oh, I understand that, she's very angry that, we were strippers and then now her brother is going for me. I mean, you're also a good man. You're also picking her over other women because she was once a stripper. That was when we now found out that Tammy didn't know that his fiancée, who he is getting married to, was once a stripper. She never divulged such information to Tammy. That's the reason Tammy was very angry and then he called off the wedding. At that point, I was like, I don't know if this lady deserves what she actually got. Now, long story short, Mide comes back to apologize to Amara. They reconcile. Junior forgives his sister. And then later on, Junior proposes to Amara. And then at that same proposal scene, Tammy comes back and then he says, you know what, Mide, let's start all over again from the beginning. No secrets and all of that. And everybody lived happily ever after. But I was looking at this whole situation. I was asking myself, I had two questions. Number one, if somebody who you call your best friend can go as far as this to bring your downfall, will it be right for you to accept such a person with open arms? Like, if you were in that situation, will you be able to do that? And then when it comes to you having a best friend and you having siblings, can you allow that person you call your best friend or your friend, be in a romantic relationship with your sibling? If no, why? Remember, like I said before, you are all the same thing, like birds of a feather flock together. So why would you not allow your own friend date your own sibling? Like, I've been hearing it a lot when it comes to guys. I know that guys can go above and beyond to make sure that their friends do not have anything to do with their sisters, and I usually wonder why. But really, let's talk about it. What is the reason guys will not allow their own guys date their own sisters? Bearing in mind that they are also dating other people's sisters. I would like to know in the comment section. But if you are to leave with anything from this video, one thing I would like us to remember is the fact that love conquers all, to be honest, because despite Amara's past, Junior, aka Deji, was willing to stay with her, and despite Mide's bad behavior, terrible behavior, in fact, that lady deserves Oraimo cord on her neck. Despite her behavior, Tammy still comes around later on and still goes for Mide. So at the end of the day, love definitely conquers it all. So I'd like to know what you think about all of this in the comment section. I got you with another movie review very shortly right here on this channel. And in case you are yet to subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe down there, and of course drop your comments, and of course like this video. Till next time, remember to enjoy every moment. Bye.